modern lifestyle filled with stress, worry and fear, then, certain organic diseases, mechanical injuries and other problems of various etiologies can cause sexual impotence in men. Impotence. This is exactly how a man's inability to provide himself and his partner with satisfactory sexual activity can be defined. By satisfactory sexual activity we mean maintaining an erection long enough for both men and women to induce an orgasm, which is necessary both for satisfying sexual needs and for fertilization and procreation. Maintaining reproductive health is an extremely important item when it comes to the overall health of the organism. A condition that leads to a man's sexual inability to establish or maintain an erection during sexual intercourse is called impotence in medicine, erectile dysfunction, etc. In addition to organic diseases, which include diseases of the heart and blood vessels, anemia and a drop in hemoglobin in the blood, then atherosclerosis, diabetes, etc. Problems with potency can also be caused by psychological problems, various mental disorders that directly affect motor and sexual abilities in men. Impotence is not a problem that only affects the elderly population. There is a common belief that impotence is characteristic of older people. However, there are more and more young people who call a urologist to solve the problem with potency. Statistics show that in recent decades, an increasing number of young men under the age of 40 who suffer from temporary or total erectile dysfunction. As many as 3% are young men under 30 years of age. What are the causes of potency problems? In addition to organic diseases, as we have already said, there is also a psychological factor that can cause problems with potency, but also problems with premature ejaculation. These problems further deepen the already disturbed mental state of the patient, so various conditions occur, such as loss of self-confidence, deep depression, anxiety and fear of having sexual relations with a partner. It is necessary to establish a diagnosis and start treatment as soon as possible. What you can do is significantly increase your sexual capabilities with the help of natural remedies, teas, diet and physical activity. Psychological therapy is also an important step because often no organic disease is associated with the problem, so the patient is referred to a psychologist or psychiatrist to overcome the psychological problems that are the leading cause of impotence. As for the statistics, they have not been overly optimistic in recent years. Medicine says that impotence is not closely related to age in the sense that old people must necessarily be impotent. That is by no means the rule. Often older people in the 6th, 7th and even 8th decade of life have regular intercourse and are sexually active, but out of the total number of patients with erectile dysfunction, as many as 25% of men are older than 65 years. Potency drug. Their problem is often related to organic diseases. It also occurs due to taking certain medications. Diabetics especially suffer from this problem. As far as young people are concerned, that percentage is somewhat encouraging. About 5% of people under the age of 40 seek help with erectile dysfunction. In young people, the most common problem is the psychological barrier and addiction, while in the elderly it is various organic diseases and the influence of drugs, then alcoholism, smoking and diabetes. As much as 80% of erectile dysfunction is caused by insufficient blood flow to the genitals. Then the causes can be complications of diabetes, blockage of blood vessels, surgical removal of the prostate, malignancies, insufficient hormone levels or nerve problems in the lower part of the spine and small pelvis. Impotence caused by psychological reasons can be short-term and sporadic, and can be long-term and permanent. If the doctor determines that there is no organic cause for impotence, a visit to a psychiatrist or psychologist is advised. Impotence, in addition to the impossibility of achieving an erection, is also considered the impossibility of maintaining an erection long enough. premature ejaculation is not impotence. The reasons for impotence can be organic causes, inorganic causes, psychological, impotence caused by consuming certain medications, alcoholism, hormonal disorders, addictions. The best natural remedy for potency. Natural remedies for potency are made mainly from medicinal plants with different therapeutic effects. This type of treatment belongs to phytotherapy. Often, herbal preparations are enough to cure the resulting impotence, but sometimes it is necessary to use them as a supplement to the primary therapy prescribed by your doctor. Herbal therapy for potency, especially when it comes to teas, consists of a mixture of herbs that stimulate the work of the prostate and gonads. The prostate plays a very important role in reproductive and sexual health. Teas generally have a beneficial effect on the prostate, stimulate the gonads and increase libido. Tea blends directly affect your will, sexual desire, so their effect is often satisfactory. How to get rid of impotence in a natural way, see in this video. Sage. There is no problem that sage cannot solve. This may sound too optimistic, but sage is really a plant that has enormous healing power. In addition to being a natural antibiotic, antiseptic and antifungal, sage also affects the stimulation of the gonads, eliminates possible bacterial inflammation of the prostate, it improves circulation and affects erection. Sage is recommended for the treatment of impotence, twice a day for a cup of tea. Drink one just before sexual intercourse. St. John's wort is a mandatory ingredient in a mixture of teas for the treatment of impotence. St. John's wort stimulates nerve cells and nerve endings, enhances muscle contractions. It affects the blood supply to the full limb. It is used, among other things, to treat problems with the reproductive and urinary organs. Ginkgo biloba, a plant that is used for circulation, thus affecting the flow of blood to the genitals. Ginkgo enables an increase in hemoglobin in the blood, which is responsible for transporting oxygen to every cell in the body. In addition to the listed teas, lemon balm, mint, verbena, rosemary, wild onion, sriramush, etc. can also be used to treat impotence. Nettle is also an extremely strong aphrodisiac. In addition, it is very healing because it cleanses the blood, improves circulation, and cures anemia, which can often be the cause of impotence. A nettle and basil tea blend is the perfect combination for potency problems. Also, a large number of spices can act as an aphrodisiac. Mostly Far Eastern spices are known as excellent aphrodisiacs. The most famous aphrodisiacs include black and white pepper, curry, ginger, nutmeg, vanilla, etc. Nuts have long been used to improve male strength. The combination of walnuts and honey is a natural aphrodisiac that has been known to the people for a very long time. Walnut tea is also an aphrodisiac and is used to treat impotence by soaking the dried leaves of an ordinary, homemade walnut in boiling water and letting it stand for about 20 minutes. Peanuts, almonds, pistachios, cashews, hazelnuts and pumpkin seeds are also excellent aphrodisiacs. Of the meats, the most famous aphrodisiacs are fish and seafood. Shellfish, crabs and sea fish have a special effect on improving potency. Honey and honey products, royal jelly, pollen and propolis, are among the most effective natural remedies. Korean red ginseng, one of the best natural remedies for potency. One study, published in the Journal of Urology, showed that the red Korean ginseng plant significantly improves erections, compared to plants with a placebo effect. The American Association of Urologists is skeptical of this finding, primarily because of its small sample, which is only 45 men. In addition, it is known that Korean ginseng can lead to health problems in those men who suffer from heart disease, mood disorders or immune system disorders. If you like the video, please give us your support by subscribing to our channel, Herbal Treasury. See you in the next video. Bye.